Okay, welcome to my salon. And you're here to get a haircut? Okay, no dye or anything. Okay, I'm just gonna touch your hair. Tell me what you're thinking about getting, and I'm just touching your hair to get a sense of the texture, how thick or thin your hair is, if there's a curl. Okay, great. It's a really nice color. This is natural. Wow, it's very nice. Okay, and I see we have a curl pattern here. And you didn't style it? Okay, so this is naturally when you wake up how it is. Okay. Okay, and so you're thinking about a fringe, a short fringe, and then you just wanna cut off some length too? Okay, how much? Okay, so we're gonna go up to the shoulders. That's probably 3 inches. Is that okay? Okay, yeah, no, I think that'll be a good length for you. And then, are you okay with just layers all over? Okay, yeah, I definitely think for your hair texture, the layers will be helpful. Okay, and since you want a fringe and you don't currently have one, I'm just gonna measure your forehead. That will help me get a sense of how short they should be and how they should be cut. Let me get that. Okay, so we've got this little flexi ruler, which I think is actually really great because you can measure the forehead from temple to temple and do it quite accurately. So that's what I'm gonna do to you, okay? All right, we'll just start here and we'll just go around. Okay, 7.5, let's see, 7.5 times 14, that means it's about a quarter inch would be from there, 10 centimeters into the curve, and the curve will go. Okay, okay, I think I have it figured out. I was just doing some barber math. Okay, and so what we're gonna do before we cut anything is we're just gonna wash your hair. I know there's a lot of trendy videos online showing these like curly hair places where they cut your hair dry. And I'm not saying that that can't be done, but I personally think wetting the hair will just help get a cleaner cut. I think the dry cutting is good if you're not sure where the hair is gonna fall, but I can really tell from your hair how it's grown out, how it looked probably before it grew out, and how the layers will look. I have a very similar texture. I have wavy to curly hair that I cut myself. So does that sound okay to you? Okay, so we're just gonna have you step into the other room and we'll do a quick wash, okay? Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn the water on. And you just get some shampoo. Okay, we're just gonna shampoo your hair. Okay, let me get some conditioner. I like to move it around in my hands first. All right, now before we rinse out the conditioner, I'm just gonna go through with a pick to help get rid of any tangles And now we'll rinse that out. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put in a leave-in conditioner. And I'm gonna put that in your hair. And then just use the pick again to just distribute that through your hair. Okay, you're all set, and we'll bring you back into the other room to cut your hair. Okay, and we're back. And now we can start cutting. Let me just get the scissors I want. Okay. Here are my scissors. I find the sound of scissors cutting is very relaxing, and so I find that getting your hair cut is actually quite an ASMR experience. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the length first. I just want to make sure we get the length and that's all settled before we do the fringe and layers. Yeah, I'll probably go back and forth on doing the fringe and layers, because as you do the layers, you want to make sure it all goes well with the fringe. Okay, so here we go. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're at 3 inches. Is that all right? Okay, no going back after this. There we go. And let's do the other side. Okay. Okay, let me just make sure those both look even. Okay, and now let's get started on the fringe. So what we do is we bring some hair up over. Okay, let's see. And don't worry, we're gonna make them shorter. I know you wanted like a baby bang. Okay, now don't worry, I know it looks long right now and it's a bit in your vision. We're gonna go shorter, but what I'm gonna do is just start doing the layers so that we make sure the layers and fringe kind of just flow together nicely. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to like the shape, so I think we can go in more with the fringe. Okay, and that's out of your vision now, it should be. Okay. Now I'm just getting the layers more. And when was the last time you got your hair cut? Oh wow, it's been a while. Well, I'm glad you came in. I think you're gonna feel nice and fresh and new after this. Okay, we're almost done with the first phase. I am gonna go in with a pair of thinning shears to kind of just lighten up the layers and just make sure there's no area that looks bulky. Thinning shears are really great for that. I'm gonna do that on your bangs too. Okay, let me find those. Okay. Do you see how there's like little teeth? So there's a blade, and then there's teeth. Oh, there we go. That's a good angle. Okay, so I just want you to close your eyes for a minute and just listen to the sound of the cutting. I think it's important that we take a moment to enjoy the moment, the present, get our senses, so tasting things, hearing things, smelling things. And so right now you have this sound. Okay, so here we go. And again, I'm just finding places that look a little bulky, and we're just taking out some of that bulk. Let's get the bangs up top. I know you want your bangs thick, but this will help them just look not too thick and blunt. They'll frame your face a little better. If we don't do this, sometimes it's just too bulky and really takes away from the haircut. Okay, just look straight at me. I'm just gonna make sure the lengths look right. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. I'm gonna put the thinning shears away. And we're just gonna blow dry your hair. Is there a particular way you want it styled? Okay, so I'll just do a small amount of product, and then I'll style it the way that I think will be very simple, that you can do as needed. Okay, great. Okay, so I've got this curl cream. It smells very nice, and we only need a small amount. And so I'm just rubbing it in my hands to warm it up, and so that it's evenly displayed in a thin layer. We don't want it to clump. And I'm just gonna put it in your hair. I'm focusing on the ends, but I am getting the top a little too. Okay. Okay. And so then I've got this brush. This is meant for when your hair is wet, which it is still wet. And this is gonna just help get the product evenly displaced through your hair. And it's also gonna help set the curl. Okay. And now I'm just scrunching it a little bit. I think scrunching helps a little too. We'll get a little more volume that way. And now I've got this blow dryer, and for your hair, we have a diffuser. I just like diffusers in general because without it, it's just kind of blowing the hair around and making it frizzy. But this is especially good for curly and wavy hair. And so as you can see, with all the little holes and the shape, it's helped taking the air and kind of spread it out. Okay, and so I'm gonna do this on hot, but I'm gonna do it on a low setting. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me just take a look. Okay, we're almost there. I'm just gonna do it a little bit more just so there's just a tiny bit of dampness. I'm just gonna get that. All right, just taking a look. I think this looks fabulous on you, and the baby bangs look very nice. I'm glad that you were willing to try something different, going a bit shorter and having that short fringe. The layers have really just brought the hair back to life. There's more volume now, and I think you look really great. So why don't you take a look in the mirror and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. You love it? I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, why don't you go up to the front and my assistant will help check you out. It was so nice meeting you. I'm so happy I was able to take care of you today. If you need your bangs trimmed at any time, you can come back and I can do that for free just for the trim. And then come back anytime that you want your hair redone. If you want it to be, if you want to keep the layers up, I would say come back in 3 to 4 months. Okay, take care. Goodbye. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment, please like, subscribe to my channel, and Toda Rabah Laila Tov. Thank you very much and good night.